It's been 100 years. A couple days off, but sure. How you doing? I cannot promise to be streaming too often because, as I mentioned before a few times in my posts, I cannot trust my internet connection. I really have to switch from Videotron to Axio. Hi, school. How you doing? Okay. Right now I'm only showing people what it would look like to farm. Hey Wade, I'm doing okay, thank you. How about you? So yeah, I'm only going to show you people how to farm decoys that would end up like this. Like the pit fighter is not a title you would expect from a Nuruk. But yeah, you get those title mergers from dying to grunts. Usually it's the first one title. The Targ Slayer? Where is he? The issue is that decoys depend on the original captain to be on the map, so the heads do not disappear and you don't end up having your game break because they're doing a T-pose without a head. So one solution to this is to farm the machine. As long as you have one who is a trickster, you can also farm twins, as long as they are the legit warriors and not from hacked fortresses where you get them as savages or something. You have also the blight, or without requiring the death, you can find the ravishing or disgusting or something. You can have the ugly face or handsome. You can also farm the pretenders decoys, but it's only a one-time thing. But yeah, usually when you die first to a grunt, you get the Targ Slayer. For the Targ Slayer, you're hoping to have him as a trickster that you're going to turn into a machine, and then you poison this machine to remove the body, so he has a normal one underneath. And then from there you keep farming his decoys without having to worry about disappearing heads for his clones. And what you see in this screen are all the titles you would normally get from farming the buff grunts warrior. So you've got Nightbringer, Alchemist, Loterer, Blackblade, One Word, Obsessed, Firebrander, Lucky, Deathmonger, Raven, Executioner, Dark Slayer, Collector, and the Poet. If you add to the mix skinny warriors, I believe it happened to me once because I haven't farmed them often, but you get the coward as well if you get a skinny warrior. Yes, the Black Blade. It's one of the title merger. if you farm skinny hunters, you'll get the Dreamer as well. If you farm archers, the first one who doesn't turn into the Dark Slayer will also be some kind of title merger, because he's gonna be titled the Lucky Shot. It doesn't really have anything in particular about the Lucky Shot title, other than his title is merged, so you could have him looking like this or that. It doesn't really change anything. And if you're farming defenders, you might just get a broken shield from a grunt. But how do you get all of these until you find a one word who's a trickster? These guys, even if you find them in the normal world as a dark tribe, you know, trickster, he is never going to get decoys, even if you spend I don't know how much just to give him the epic training. It's not going to work, he's not going to get decoys. But if you get this Titan merger from a grunt promotion, it kinda changes the rules. The same thing applies if you get the poet slash rhymer. These guys can spawn naturally as tricksters, but like I said, without the possibility of having decoys of their own. But as grunts from, you know, promotion, it changes, and their decoys will be just grunting basically. So let's just find this guy. I'm going to make him my bodyguard. You have machine face merchant tattoo. Yes, I farmed those from a merchant, indeed. A merchant's bodyguards. I was experimenting trying to, you know, create an ultimate warrior. But yeah. And a Kurskin machine. I think so.
Unacceptable!
So yeah, now we pissed him off. We can now farm his decoys. It's not going to be the whole stream just showing this save. I'm just going to show you from the starting grunt. I'm just showing you what they look like. And then we'll start a farm in a different save. From scratch. So let's see. He's got no decoys. Let's give him some time maybe to load them in. Okay. So there you go. Now you may ask me, why would I care about the grunting decoy? Well, the game cannot assign them the same personality as this guy, so it gives them a random one. And the random one you can get is the pit fighter, who's usually, mostly, exclusively an analog title. In this case, you can randomly get the pit fighter as a Nuruk, and this guy also has, you know, grunting decoys of his own, except when they kill you. they keep his voice. All this cause rhymer, poet, one word, and drunk are considered deranged. Kinda, yes. But I think the drunk doesn't work in this case from what I've seen, because you don't really get them to have a merge title really, you just have to find a fat warrior and you'll see him, you know, wobble around when he gets promoted and you're like, yeah, he's turning into the drunk. But he doesn't really get a title merge. So I haven't tested it yet, but I don't know. It could work. Yeah. Now I'm going to show you what happens when you die to the pit fighters' decoys. They will grunt when they get introduced.
Oops is close by.
But they will keep his voice as they get promoted. A machine gun would be funny. I think you need to have a fat orc being turned into a machine and then remove the body of the machine to keep on the head or something. So yeah, we got this guy, he's grunting himself, but you know. Alright, kill me. And no, we have tried, they do not get the title of Ologs, like the pit fighter.
Now I will lead orcs. Lead orcs to destroy more men.
So yeah, like I said, this is only an introduction to what to expect. They're not going to get another Olog title, unfortunately. I've tried, I've found, maybe one could have turned into the Glutton or something, but no. So we're going to start a different save where we have no tricksters. Oh, and I almost forgot, I'm going to reactivate the DLCs. Because I have the Outlaw and Slaughter DLC turned off because I was farming for something else. I was trying to get a Jaded, and they are pretty annoying to find. It's possible, but you know. Okay. So yeah, to find the grunting decoys, we need basically to find any class that can become a trickster. And personally, I prefer warriors because they're most likely going to be available to transform into a Stormbringer, because this is basically what people want from my channel. And I like the Stormbringer. I forgot to also notify my Discord. At least Zero did upload, well, did share the link on the one of the server. I'm going to share it on the other. Just give me a moment. No, I don't care about YouTube Premium. Okay. Now people on the other server know that I am streaming. Kenshi in the corner looking at you.
Until he is stopped.
Like I said, I'm really interested in Kenshi. But there are so many games I can't even play or stream right now. Because, like I said, I don't trust my connection to just... It's just going to fail me. So Shadow of War is not that much of a loss if I lose connection. I just can't get back in and that's it. If I'm streaming God of War and it crashes, it just cuts my will to stream. So we're going to look for random grunt and get him to become a Dark Slayer. What should I be looking for? An archer, warrior, savage, or hunter? What do you think? Personally, I just go warrior. Savage or warrior? What do you think of this guy? Like I said, we need a trickster that we can turn into a machine, but for this purpose it's going to take too long. So we'll just need to leave them in the same. You like the spikes. Okay, so we'll die to this guy. He's going to turn into the Dark Slayer.
Looks like I killed you, Tark. Suppose that makes me a Tark killer. No. Tark Slayer! I quite like the sound of that. Tark Slayer! From now on, I will be known as the Tark Slayer!
If he becomes a trickster, we're going to work with this guy. Yep, we've got the trickster. He got his Titan merged with the quick blade. Okay. You better win. Oh, thank you. Okay, so he has decoys already. Good. Let's see. We're going to pick him up. Haven't checked his level. Just want to make sure that he is higher level than mine. But I have to get rid of his data. Why can't I hear you? I don't know. Can you now? Is it mute on the Twitch? Hello? Hello? You can hear me. Cyril can hear me on Twitch. You can't. Is it because I'm too low compared to the sound of the game? It's possible.
I feel as though my life in Mordor has been much longer than any.
Did you mute your Twitch? And it uploads the message on YouTube as well. Great. I'll just remove it. Yeah, the quick blade is fun. I like the helmet. So yeah, we've got this guy turned into bodyguard.
I lived. This is but a moment in time. I have been fighting this war for thousands of years.
Oh. Quick blade Stormbringer would be cool. Yeah, the only issue is that you can't make a Stormbringer from, you know, a Norg who starts with the Darkslayer title. It's just not going to work. I've tried.
Let us see how all this training serves these orcs in actual combat.
Okay. Now get out of there. Okay. Now we will force recruit this guy with the glitch. And we will send this guy away. We go back in time. And we will use him to farm titles until one randomly becomes either the poet or one word, and hopefully one who's also a trickster. As long as the trickster doesn't have a gang of his own, you can assign decoys. And when I say a gang of his own, I mean if they have hunters, archers, warriors, savages, or defenders, you cannot give them decoys. Just try to find another one. If he has a Caragor, assigning decoys can get him off his mount. Right now I'm going to have him betray me. So, you know. And then we'll send a death threat. I hope he's not one of those who are loyal. Otherwise I'm gonna have to force a betrayal. At least when I summon them and they betray me, I feel not as bad using them for, you know, farming purposes. But yeah, if he keeps responding loyally like this, I'm gonna have to beat him up. Ah.
I don't like the way you've been looking at me, boss. So I got myself a new employer. Me.
Okay, and like this, by checking his stats, you can kind of prevent the Iron Will as well. If you're forcing a betrayal and beating him up, you're gonna have to force quit the game to make sure that he doesn't get the Iron Will. It's not necessary for a purpose to have him, you know, not get the Iron Will. It's just it saves us from having to shame him over and over until he loses it.
Isildur will continue to raise Gondor's dead until he is stopped.
But again, it doesn't change a thing on our purpose. And I switched to easy difficulty, so more worms are going to spawn. And back to brutal. Really wants to This is usually how I do the farming. Just send him the death threat and everything, and I can pick him up isolated from enemies. Okay. Now I'm going to make a folder where I'm going to title this TS underscore farm. And now I made a backup like this. So I can always get back to this particular save if I get a Titan merger that I don't need. Because if we get, for example, the Alchemist, I'll pick up the Alchemist from the new reality and I'm going to drop him in his death threat back in time, so it acts as a title preventer, so it's going to reduce the option for the game, and we're more likely to get a poet slash rhymer or a one word.
I got the message, and here I am to answer it. But you're hiding like the coward you are. You're nothing but a load of empty threats.
Now we get his attention away from his decoys, so it's easier to die to them without having to deal with him. So while he's climbing, we're just going to wait for these guys to kill us.
You want this? Oh, I like this.
No title prevention.
Slaughtering man swine warms my black heart.
So we're just going to get back in time. Because we can't use this guy. I mean, he's a trickster. You could farm him as well if you want to. No, you cannot, because he has a gang of hunters. So, yeah. At least we know that these guys can be tricksters as well. If we get lucky and we find what we need early, that would be great. A trickster can have fast learner? Yes, they do. You can also get it from giving them epic traits. It might just randomly give it to them while you're trying to give them the decoys. I mean, I've never really seen the point in giving tricksters fast learner as well, since they are already, you know, quick on their feet. They adapt almost as quickly as slayers. But hey, I'm not going to complain if the game gives me, you know, fast learners.
Glook, you are mine.
It simply makes them more competent.
So where is he? Where's the bellowing boasting?
But like I
beggar
said,
who
you
wants
have
me
to
dead?
remember
And if
that
he's so hot for a fight, why is he hiding?
you have to at least give them a unique head, like the machine, to avoid a headless corpse if you drop them in a different save. Because you always need the original guy like him to be around, which is annoying.
Just you and me, and me, and me.
At least we know we don't have to worry about the Black Blade in this run, because we're farming savages.
You and me, eh? Well, that was a spot of luck.
We've got the lucky
And
slash
that's what it's all
gambler.
about, isn't it? Just a roll of the dice. Simple, uncaring, fair. Just doesn't feel that way to you.
When they introduce themselves as such, you know this is a title merger. You can also save this guy and put him back in this old save later as a title prevention. Usually the gambler would be, you know, a marauder, but in this case he got his title merged with I don't know what. So he's a dark tribe. You start farming orcs after the Bruise mission or at certain level. I prefer farming them after Bruise's mission. Personally, I don't think it really changes much if we farm them early or not. Because it's not about farming, you know, slayers that we can trigger the ambushes or something. You can farm, you know, grunts from any time in the game, basically.
Now,
I just do it out of habit after Bruce mission.
now,
This guy, I would make a backup for him. The exception, like I said, to this is that he would end up doing a T-pose because he would end up headless if this guy disappears. So I would have to turn him into a machine. I mean, he would be a machine with dragon axes, so it wouldn't be that bad. I'm still going to make a backup. Why not? Okay. So where are you? You are in the middle of the map. I want to try to make an 8 immunity orc, but personally I always try as soon as I'm level 15, because that's when you can use your garrison and fight pits. Yeah, and I've seen that you can get some interesting result from the first fight pit when Bruce shows you the mission. If you can make a backup and you have your army screen completely empty, Bruce will show you the mission and you get a random follower and a random enemy fighting each other, and maybe you'll get something that normally doesn't happen in the fight pits, from what I've seen people show me. Plus I can do the HP glitch to bring them back to level 15. Indeed. It's one of my favorite uses of the glitch.
Watch for
It
sentries.
lowers the level without using shame. So imagine that you're trying to create a Stormbringer early and you are level 15, but your guy that you sent a death threat goes above 60. Above 60 is going to make the Stormbringer transformation impossible. So, if you HB the guy, he is going to remain your follower, but you can start the mission and you know, for the betrayal. So you can still do the technique I showed how to create them easily.
Your luck astounds even me.
Okay, I recruit you.
Combining efforts is a wise choice.
And because I'm going to send him back in time, he's not going to have a headless body, because he's going to be near him from the garrison. But if I were to drop him in a new save on his own, your game would be slowed down. And yeah, that's why it's best to just poison or cleave them in half to make a blight or a machine. I mean, it's something I noticed. It's a glitch I have known since back in Skyrim. It's the texture that doesn't lock on the mesh of an item or a person or something.
Isildur
And
will
since
continue to raise Gondor's dead
the
until
devs
he
really
stops.
didn't have time to patch the game much. Yeah. So yeah, this guy is keeping his head because he's near our Targ Slayer. And we can now use him as a title prevention.
Cough.
So the next ones he's going to give us won't have his title, and we're more likely to get what we want. One word I like, because I haven't seen one in, many occasions, mostly the poet. So it's probably what's going to happen. A poet or rhymer is going to show up and probably as a trickster. But like I said, I like the one word.
Gluk, you are mine.
I got the message, and here I am to answer it. But you're hiding like the coward you are. You're nothing but a load of empty threats.
I'll flay you! Kill! Last words!
Take a good look at this face.
Not this time.
You met you better today.
Plus he's a Beastmaster, so eh. So yeah, we keep trying until we get the trickster we want. As I said on my Discord, I believe in total there are 15 buff warriors who can have a title merger. 16 if you get an archer to become lucky shot. 17 if you farm defenders as well and one turns into broken shield. 18 if you farm skinny hunters and one turns into the dreamer. And
Isildur
19.
will continue to raise Gondor's dead.
Have I said 18
until he
already?
stops.
19. You've got a skinny warrior can become randomly a coward.
Gluk.
But if you're only farming buff warriors, you get only 15 title mergers.
I got the message, and here I am to answer it. But you're hiding like the coward you are. You're nothing but a load of empty threats.
I'm so overthinking, let's see. 15, 16, 17, 18. Yes, I mentioned 18. But yeah, 19 title murders.
You're dead. The time. Are you ready or not? Your death is my path to a sweet promotion. I love it when things go my way.
Oh, he's looking exactly the same. Perfection doesn't need change. Indeed. The one difference is that this one doesn't have shoulder pad. Still not a total merger, but I'll make a backup just because. Probably not going to do anything with this guy, but just because. What we need, like I said many times, are title murders. I have been looking for your Dark Slayer because he's bold and has the face of Orc, the Dark Lord of Minis. Are you fighting the Colosseum? I have been looking for your Dark Slayer because he's bald and has the face of the Orc the Dark Lord took over in Minas Ithil mission where you fight in the Colosseum. I'm not sure I follow what you're saying. Which Dark Slayer? And yes, I usually prefer to farm them when they are bald, so when I work on turning them into the Blight or the Machine, their hair doesn't randomly poke out.
Glook, you are mine.
But which Dark Slayer are you talking about?
I got the message, and here I am to answer it. But you're hiding like the coward you are. You're nothing but a load of empty threats.
Because I'm rereading what you said and it doesn't click to me. I've been looking for your Dark Slayer because he's bald and has the face of the Orc, the Dark Lord.
Time to kill you. Right now.
The Orc you're working on right now is the assassin in the beginning of the game that shows the knife Captain when they captured him. I mean, that phase is usually kind of okay to find.
Path to a sweet promotion.
Most of the time they're going to have a beard or a haircut. So finding them bald is... If you want a bald warrior or something, look for one who's wearing a helmet. They're most likely going to be bald. Like for those who have a helmet in general, doesn't generate hair underneath. This guy, for example, is only he's only bald because he's actually wearing the ram skull that doesn't fit on the buff orcs, only on the fat and skinny ones, which sucks, but you know, makes them look bald. It's the same result you'll get when you're having the machine tribe orcs with some titles, because they gave them the machine tribe helmet that doesn't appear unless you have an alchemist in the same area. So yeah, it's the mishes that's missing the textures from the original. But yeah, look for orcs with a helmet. That's what I do when I start farming from a merchant's bodyguards. When he shows up, you know, saying, "Hey, you threatened my life, come and face me," and I look at his bodyguards behind him, and if I see one who's buff with a helmet, I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm going to pick this one up and give him a promotion. If he has the metallic piercings, I'm going to turn him into the Blight, because he's not going to randomly show up with a side beard that's going to pop in and out of existence by changing the view and zooming in out.
Gluck, you are mine.
This guy, his decoys, obviously have the same haircut as him underneath their helmet, so it doesn't matter, they're going to have the same haircut. If you have an orc you're farming his random bodyguards, they're going to be bald.
Why is he hiding?
It's also the same face as my what's the title? The streams I made from the tutorial captain. One of them is voiced by Dwight Schultz.
You can't imagine how much I appreciate
now we've
you
got the
dying to
Deathmonger.
me like this. My reputation's going to soar. Imagine the opportunities. Oh, I'm going to be busy indeed.
Do you know how to farm war paints? I see a blue grunt and let him kill me, and he got blue paint too. Was that just random? Depends. If he got the title of the blue, then he's going to have blue paint. You can also have a blue painted orc from a banner bearer. If you have your own commanders who summon you know, bannermen when they plant banners to enrage the others. The second bannerman they summon, if they don't already have one patrolling alongside them,
Now,
is going to be covered in blue paint. And he's always gonna have the same, you know, blue colors. If you want to use the same glitch that gives the green or blue eyes or something, if you know how to do it from the pit fight glitch, you can actually have them appear in those pit fights, replacing the enemies. And yeah, you can farm the blue paint.
A feast is being held. The stench of grog is on the air.
You can also wait for the blue to spawn, and then you farm their bodyguards. Of course, you're gonna have the blue skin with the war paint. So if you want something different, you might want to, I don't know, farm the bodyguards until one turns into a serpent or a worm or something. Because this is one of the only ways, other than purifying the captain so the bodyguards get the white skin. It's one of the only ways to change the color of the grunts.
Log.
I tried doing the blue-eyed glitch, but I think I'm doing it wrong. I just can't figure it out myself, so you and I are on the same boat. This guy is a trickster, I just noticed. I haven't looked at your thing. You have decoys too. Great. Good for you. But yeah, what's worse is when they upload their blue-eyed, you know, green-eyed orcs, like, hey, it works for me! They upload it on my Discord, like, yeah, good for you. I can't do it myself, but great. Oh, you can do it with the cave rats. I know about the cave rats, it's not the same thing. Imagine, if I can farm decoys with the fake curse skin, I would try to farm them with the blue eyes as well, because they say they lose it when they get cursed. But I believe that if they spawn already with the blue eyes, we could have a curse skin with blue eyes captain. That would make a pretty good looking captain to turn into a Stormbringer or something. Because I'm kinda sick of seeing the same yellow or red cursed eyes. I really preferred the looks of those in Shadow Mordor, where they look blue, completely blue eyes. Also, I prefer most of the faces in Shadow Mordor.
Log.
Another backup to replace the old one, because we're going to use this to, again, prevent titles.
Glook, you are mine.
Where is he? Where's the bellowing, boasting maggot who wants me dead? And if he's so hot for a fight, why is he hiding?
Oh, Battle-Master. I remember. That's the title of the guy from the tutorial when I was working on the video, because, you know, I liked his face. You can get him to, you know, come back with the face scar on one side, and then I turn him into the Flame of War, so he comes back with burns on the other side of his face.
Killing you isn't enough.
Title prevention again.
Mine. Scorch your flesh with a mark for all to see.
Oh, title merge with the dangerous. Alright, let's pick him up. Let's pick him up as well.
There are times I forget why.
Nope, that's not what I meant.
No. Never forget. We have a purpose here. Do not lose yourself in the battles when there is a war to be won. A slave team is nearby. Strong enough to toil under the whip, but too weak to resist it.
What's your level? 46. Yeah, I can't recruit you. I can add force it. That's perfectly fine.
Log. Norsko. Norsko. Norsko.
Okay. After this, we can replace the old save. So yeah, I predict we should be getting the poet soon. It's one of the most common title mergers anyway. I just hope we get one who's already a trickster. Otherwise we're gonna have to either use him for title prevention until we get a one word, or it's best not. Because we need either to have grunting, you know, decoys.
Gluk, you are mine.
I got the message, and here I am to answer it. But you're hiding like the coward you are. You're nothing but a load of empty threats.
Wait. I forgot. I jumped right into the mission without placing the guy.
Isildur will continue to raise Gondor's dead until he is stopped.
Let's get back on the tower, place our Brando. We don't want another like him.
Nosko.
Not because he's not
No,
good
Scott.
enough, it's just we're trying to, like I said, prevent titles.
Gluk, you are mine.
So where is he? Where's the bellowing, boasting maggot who wants me dead? And if he's so hot for a fight, why is he hiding?
Always wait for him to start climbing the ladder.
Die, worm! Die, you! Your death is my
Nope.
path to a sweet promotion. I love it when things go my way.
By the colors of his straps, I'd say he is feral. Slaughter. Close enough.
Isildur will continue to raise Gondor's dead until he is stopped.
The other titles we're most likely going to get are the Obsessed, Nightbringer,
Glook, you are mine.
the Raven, the Alchemist.
So where is he? Where's the bellowing, boasting maggot who wants me dead? And if he's so hot for a fight, why is he hiding?
Slaughterer,
What was that? That filth! Here it comes! That must have hurt. You want some? With one last blow, you'll lose your
we got
head.
the poet.
The Gravewalker will soon be dead. Hey, that rhymes!
Let's see if he's a trickster. Hopefully without a gang. He's a tracker. Never mind. I'm not going to take him for title prevention. Still got one, just not the right one. So try again. The decoys lose the arm after 1 or 2. First decoy keeps it, the second I think he loses it.
Isildur will continue to raise Gondor's dead.
Can't change.
Until he is stopped.
Glook, you are mine.
So where is he? Where's the bellowing, boasting maggot who wants me dead? And if he's so hot for a fight, why is he hiding? Looking to die? Show me what you've got! This'll be good!
Look at you.
Ah,
You're just a lump
Butcher.
of dead meat, ready to be butchered.
we can use him. Even if he spawns with the CAG, or we can get him to lose it if... Nope, he has a gang, so we cannot get him to lose it. That's fine. I was going to demonstrate how you can get him off his cargo and everything, but nope.
Next time, we should... Don't. Just don't. A feast is being held. The stench of grog is on the air.
$27, too high for me.
Log. Log. Orthog. Orthog.
It's a shame we can't farm him as well, because the bloodstains on the trickster, well, they're going to show on the decoys as well. I prefer the bloodstains over the Shrek stains.
Isildur will continue to raise Gondor's dead until he is stopped.
Orthog.
Now we replace the other save. Sorry. Got a sudden dry throat.
Glook, you are mine.
I got the message, and here I am to answer it. But you're harding like the coward you are. You're nothing but a load of empty threats. Head off! I almost feel like I should thank you for dying at my hands. I'll be richly rewarded today.
Red like this, I think he is Machine Tribe. Okay, let's see if I can demonstrate how you can... Nope! The thing is, I can also get back to the other save where I can place the titles that I'm missing to prevent. So, you know, it's going to not take 5 hours just to get the one word poet we want.
Glook, you are mine.
So where is he? Where's the bellowing, boasting maggot who wants me dead? And if he's so hot for a fight, why is he hiding? You and me, eh? Come! Here comes the pain!
Obsessed.
I don't think I've ever seen such a beautiful corpse. This is a corpse you could love, and love, and love.
We can use this one. This one also looks like Quick Blade. I always forget to check their levels to see if I can recruit them normally. 35, yes I could.
Do you think of your family, Caliban? Of the life you had?
There was a time when I thought of them every day. That was a long time ago.
It's kind of impressive how they act through and everything. Always reach you while you're this high.
Never met a man I couldn't kill. A feast is being held. The stench of grog is on the air.
Yeah, he can move. Not worth it. I'll just use the glitch. While I'm here, I'm going to take the opportunity to demonstrate what I meant
Ishmaz.
about the cargo. Let's say he has a mount. Unfortunate, but we don't want him to have a mount.
Ishmaz.
We want him to have decoys. So because he's a trickster, he could lose the mount. Like this.
Ishmaz.
Isildur will continue to raise Gondor's dead until he is stopped.
Drop him in here.
Ishmaz.
Replace the other save. And get back to farming.
Gluk, you are mine.
So where is he? Where's the bellowing, boasting maggot who wants me dead? And if he's so hot for a fight, why is he hiding?
If he doesn't get another title merger, I'm going to pick up the ones that are missing from the other save to place them in this one. So, you know, he's going to make this search easier for us.
Hey, the Tark! Kill him! I never lose. No last words. What a gift you've left
we
me.
got the alchemist.
Your body is a vast library of elixirs and tonics that I will use to fuel the Dark Lord's army.
Okay, let's see. His title must have been merged with... not Oathbreaker, but, you know... Because this arm is supposed to be the one without the arms. So because it conflicts with his title, who has his right arm without anything on it, well, he ends up with an overlord's shoulder.
Log.
You can get a similar result from turning a regular captain with, you know, decoys into the Flame of War, so they have nothing on the body. So the decoys will have full overlord armor, and their decoys will also have the same, you know, kind of look.
Next time, we should... Don't. Just don't. A feast is being held. The stench of grog is on the air.
The main reason why I start the Vendetta mission every time is because if I were to simply grab him and send him in the other save, he would still have the Vendetta symbol above his head, even as your follower, and it would be annoying. To me, at least.
Poor scream.
He would even keep it if you promote him to War Chief or Overlord. He would always have the X above his head.
Poor scream.
So yeah, this is why either you advance time, so his mission is, you know, already complete, or you just start the mission and get some distance from it just to say that the mission is over.
Isildur will continue to raise Gondor's dead until he is stopped.
Another for the collection.
Push clean.
We don't want these guys to be in the mission
Push clean.
while we are doing his. I don't want them to randomly show up dead.
Gluck, you are mine.
Again, if we have no title merger from this, like I said, I'm going to pick up the ones that are
So
missing.
where is he? Where's
The
the
other same,
bellowing,
so we
boasting
can,
maggot who wants me dead?
you know,
And if he's so
probably
up for a
find
fight,
either
why is he hiding?
one word or a point.
Lay the reins down! Die, worm! You! Hit him again! Ready to die!
Your death is my path to
Okay,
a
I'll
sweet
pick up the other one.
promotion. I love it when things go my way.
Berserker is the Shadow of War. Well, you can ask that question to my internet provider. Thank you. Yeah, when I spend money on the internet, I expect it to be, you know, stable. At least. When they say, oh, it's the fastest, the, you know, most stable, and it just shits bad every time you sneeze, then it makes my blood boil. Okay, so let's go pick up from the pit fighter save. But yeah, like I said, you know you have a case against your internet provider when a year ago they compensated us with bill changed to minus 3k. So for one part, the biggest part of the thing, you don't have to spend money on it. You still have to pay for the helix, you know.
Isildur will
But the
continue to
helix
raise Gondor's dead
doesn't
until he
have
stops.
the phone on it. Because, oh, they don't have it implemented yet. It's like it's been 2 years, 3 or something, and you don't have the phone on your Alex. Why is it showing the option for phone behind the thing if it doesn't work?
Ook book.
So I have the old modem slash router, whatever, in the living room, just waiting. The collector, I don't think you get the collector from yeah. The executioner, I don't think so. The Raven, I think you do get it. The Lucky, we already have him. So, not that many left for Savages. Title prevention. Okay. But yeah, my internet provider sucks. So yeah, we had like, oh wow, minus 3k, it's going to be a breeze, and then you still feel like they're stealing from you because you don't get the services that you previously paid for, and they had to kind of give you this so-called compensation, even if I would have preferred to get the money sent back to my account so I can change internet provider. So now I'm at minus 1.5k remaining on the bill. But every day I'm looking at the internet saying, is it going to fail me again randomly and make my head explode?
Isildur will continue to raise Gondor's dead until he is
Because
stopped.
if I could trust a stable connection, I would certainly stream more often. I don't know exactly what I would be streaming. Probably at some point Kenshi, which would make Zero happy. But it's already draining my energy and my will to get out of bed saying, yeah, I'm going to stream something, and then find out, oh, as always, the internet sucks. You want Grog? Here, you have Grog. I don't know how you get it, but here, you have it. But yeah, nothing made me more angry than my internet. If you're paying, you know, something like this each month, you expect the service that you pay for. You don't want to have to be compensated for it.
You are mine.
But like I said, I feel like we could have had a case against Videotron.
I got the message, and here I am to answer it. But you're hiding like the coward you are. You're nothing but a load of empty threats!
But yeah, I would definitely have preferred spending the 3k on something else. Because it doesn't seem like it, but when you're not that rich, 3k is a lot of money. So if you're wasting it for years apparently on the internet and you don't get what you pay for.
Hit him again! Again! Now I'll finally get the recognition I deserve.
So of course we're not going to use this save. We're waiting for one title or the other. Yeah. Here internet usually is like $40 a month. For me, usually with one part I'm paying for it is like around 32.22. Plus the thing I had to spend that they gave me the minus 3k because compensation. It was 300 something. So in total almost 400 500. It would depend because they would just say, "I bad news. We had to increase the thing."
Isildur will continue to raise Gondor's dead until he is stopped.
So basically, the minus 1.5k that remains is just me waiting to switch company.
Gluck, you are
Well, how
mine.
long would that be? Well, like I said, it's been like over a year now or something since they gave it the 3k. Now we're down to 1.5, so
So
a
where
year
is he?
about.
Where's the bellowing, boasting maggot who wants me dead?
A year
Anything so
left
hot for a fight?
because
Why is he hiding?
honestly I would just take the money and switch immediately. But since they don't want to give me the money that they just remove from my bill, then I'm kinda held hostage.
Human? Just you and me. And me. And me.
And it's just
I want to savor his death.
the worst. And they said it, Videotron doesn't care for the, you know, users as much as they want more people to join. They don't care if you're leaving them as much as they want you to join them
Take
the first
a
time.
good look at his face. You met you better today.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, when you're poor, you can't just say, I'm going to hire a lawyer. We have a case against them. It's like, well, it's going to be dragged over a couple of months. It's like, great, I guess I'm gonna starve and get kicked out because I can't pay rent. Yeah, that's totally worth it. Just to fight off the internet provider. Yeah. Yeah. like I said, when do you see someone getting a -3 something K on their bill? Hello, how you doing? It shows the hello on my YouTube page. On my Streamline, it writes in Korean. I would go to work at 7:41 a.m. Ah.
To raise Gondor's dead.
For me right now it's 6:41 p.m.
Gluk, you are mine.
We've been really considering joining Oxio. It's just the issue with Oxio is that it only provides internet
So
on
where
the
is
phone.
he? Where's the bellowing, boasting maggot who wants me dead? And if he's so hot for a fight,
Imagine
why
if
is he
I
hiding?
managed to chop Talion's ring finger because it doesn't come back. Okay, he died now. Yeah, I mean it does happen in the Talion Celebrimbo's breakup when they take the ring for themselves. The throat just remembers that he got killed in the first game.
ready to die?
Hey new viewer, I've been getting into this game again and just recently made a bunch of legendary Scar and Decoy. Awesome!
Oh, I like this.
But yeah,
I'd almost
this
forgotten
game
how much
really
slaughtering man
has
swine warms
a
my
lot
black
to
heart.
offer when you look. Well, when you know where to look. When you're starting over, it may seem, you know, overwhelming. Saying like, oh, I died to a grunt, I see this as, you know, a failure or something. But in this game, it's creating your own story. And if they allowed us to keep the Nemesis Forge, we would have had so much more hours to spend into the first game as well, just to, you know, go from, you know, story in the first game and you port your nemesis and your follower into the second. That was my favorite thing. What are you even looking for? I am looking for a one-word decoy, a one-word trickster from Grunt Promotion, or a poet slash rhymer trickster.
Isildur will
Because,
continue
as
to raise
mentioned
Gondor's
in
dead
the title of
until
this
he is
stream,
stopped.
they can give us the grunting decoys, which can result in the pit fighter Uruk that I discovered. Because the grunting decoys cannot copy, they cannot imitate the unique personalities. They
You are mine.
have to randomly pick up something from the game.
So where is he?
I basically
Where's
just
the
placed a
bellowing,
bunch of
boasting
title
maggot who wants
mergers
me dead?
for title
And if he's
prevention.
so hot for a fight, why is he hiding?
So we're more likely going to get the poet slash rhymer in one word more often than not. But yeah, I really miss the Nemesis Forge.
I see the Ranger! Blood and pain! You like
Maybe if we downgrade the previous game
everyone better know that you were
before
killed
the
by me,
last update.
Bullseye. I hate it when I don't get the credit I deserve.
So yeah, of course those are not title preventers, so we cannot... oh! Blood... no. Well, that's not exactly a title prevention. And a title prevention. That's not a title merger, but I'm wondering if it could work the same. Because he got promoted from Grunt. Maybe. I doubt it because again it's not
in time
title
they will
merge,
join us or fall.
but it could be possible. So we'll try to give him Decoys. He doesn't have a
A feast
gang,
is being
so
held. The stench of grog is on the air.
we'll see. Okay, you're not immune to fire, but you're immune to beast. Does it count for fire rate? I'll pick him up. I imagine someone said, yeah, little bro, you can't be content. Well, let me break your mind real quick. Yeah, probably will happen.
Bloody! Blood is blood. Blood is blood. Blood is blood.
Let's see if... oh, he's retreating.
Bloody blood. Bloody blood. Bloody blood.
What kind of orc are you trying to create? Well, as mentioned in the title, and something I discovered recently and shared with people, is that the title mergers that you get from Grunt promotions, if they spawn as tricksters like this guy, let's say if one becomes the poet, or you know, the rhymer, or one word, you know, the one who says one word after doing a lot of noises, they are not supposed normally to spawn with decoys, even if they have the trickster class. But being promoted from Grunt changes that. So it's just something I want to try as well with this guy. He's not a title merge, but he came from him. So I want to try to, you know, see if we get the same result from this insane orc. If we get, you know, grunting decoys, we can get titles like the Pit Fighter, which is a title exclusively for Olos, which is also a unique thing.
Submit.
Let's see.
Serve me. Blood, 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 blood.
Now I recruited this guy to give him decoys if possible. There's no guarantee, and I have no idea if it's going to work. But just because he's from the grunt promotion, we're going to try. We are going to keep giving him epic traits until we become poor. If he doesn't get decoys, I wouldn't be surprised, but we can still look for the poet from the others. Trained by email? I mean, that's what I'm doing right now, no? That's not trained by email, it's just the, the glitch. So yeah, like I said, we'll try to give him decoys. If it doesn't work, we just leave this guy where he is. But yeah, I don't expect much. But you never know. You could level him up. That doesn't change a thing. As soon as they are level 30, that's when they can technically get decoys, the tricksters. But yeah, this guy I don't think it's going to work. Because he's not Titan merged. Oh, there's a legendary upgrade glitch. Not legendary, you can do it from this one as well. Look. No, not this. As long as you're near the thing, you can glitch and you wait for it. Like this. You can get it from all sides. I did not mean to give him a mount, but it's not going to give him one anyways. Well, it makes you spend the money that it costs for the training for Epic. It costs the 4K. So you have to wait for the loading. And yeah, that's not what I meant to do. And it's not easy. The easiest one to make is from the side to side. So you wait for this to go all the way and then you move to the side. Or you go it from top to bottom, vice versa. But yeah, he hasn't gained any decoys, so we can leave him there and move on to those Titan murder. I'm glad to be able to teach you something. Why can't he get a mount? Because he's naturally deranged. Even if he was made deranged by your shaming, he would not be able to have a mount. Same thing for the undead orcs. But yeah, like I said, it makes you spend the money that it costs on the thing you're trying to
Isildur will continue to raise
glitch.
Gondor's dead.
So let's say you want to send your overlord, for example, see this guy?
Runs.
If you wanted to send him to the garrison, you could, because you know, he's the overlord. If you had 5 levels that you could give him, you could do this from side to side. But it's still going to cost you 1,000 because it's going to land there. If I do this and that, it just sends him away to your garrison. And oof, you have a no-tribe fortress. As long as it's surrounding the thing you want to spend money on, you can. It's just
Runs.
misclicks can happen. Do the range and undead orcs can't get mounts? They cannot get mounts. No.
This is truly a cursed place.
For now, but we will bring light back to Mordor.
The one exception is Zog, because the game says, yeah, he's an undead, but you can give him decoys if you do this glitch with the epic traits. What did you think of the hacked orcs in PS?
So where is he?
I hate it.
Where's the bellowing, boasting maggot who wants me dead?
I hate it.
So hot for a fight. Why
I'm
is
not
he
playing
hiding?
on the PS, and I hate it. I have to go to work, so I'll stop watching here. If you do another live stream, I'll watch when I get the chance. Have fun playing. Thanks! Happy to have you here while you can. You can always rewatch the stream later.
Cross blades with me. No.
But yeah, I hate seeing the PlayStation having, you know, hackers invading it.
Your death is my lucky break. I reckon I'll get a promotion out of this.
Alright, take care. Have a good time at work. Oh, and also, if you have a trickster with the broken jaw, the decoys will also keep the broken jaw. It becomes part of them, but it doesn't count as a scar. So you can stack it. You can stack it even with the open brain scar, which can give you a pretty messed up look for your captain. So yeah, right now all we have to do is keep farming until we get the point again,
will continue
or
to
the
raise
one word.
Gondor's dead until he is stopped.
Glook, you are mine.
I got the message, and here I am to answer it. But you're hiding like the coward you are. You're nothing but a load of empty threats.
I like how they keep, pointing at you with their swords.
You like this?
It's a simple animation, and yet I like it.
Take a good look at this face. You met you better today.
We haven't had a title merger in a while. But we do have tricksters. Just want to make sure. Raven, Brander, Slaughterer, Obsessed, Alchemist, Deathmonger, Nightbringer, Gambler. We don't have anything to prevent the poet, the one word. So again, it's just a matter of RNG. Get lucky or don't. You're unlucky. Yeah. That's why I kinda have to work for it. If I was lucky, I would be able to, upload more videos. Basically. I can make guides, but if I can't even get the results myself, because RNG is like, yeah, not today. Well, it's not going to help much with the video production. I know how to do things, I just can't force the RNG to obey me. Hey Ansel, how you doing?
Glook, you are mine.
As a PlayStation player, if you see a weird orc on my playthrough, my shadow wife, I'm sorry.
So where is he? Where's the bellowing, boasting maggot who wants me dead? And if he's so hot for a fight, why is he hiding?
Depending on our luck, maybe the stream will end soon after I get the orcs we need with the proper titles, or maybe we'll be here a bit. If you try to recruit online, it's not worth it because hacked orcs can, mess up your game.
Listen to what that lunatic the Raven was saying. Was that? Found him! Attack! Death to the enemy! Brilliant!
It's just not worth, visiting hacked fortresses. I don't know why people do that.
What a marvelous day for me! Less so for you.
But the problem is, you can't really know for sure every time. Is this hole hacked in this fortress or not? And most of the time it's just not worth finding out. Because they can change the head of the orc or something very subtle that you wouldn't know until you drop the orc in your game. It's like, huh, my game is breaking for some reason. So yeah, on PC I already had to avoid online conquest, but the fact that they infected the PS with this as well makes me furious. I'm not even playing on the PS, and it makes me angry.
Isildur will continue to raise Gondor's dead until he is
Because
stopped.
one of these days Shadow of War servers will shut down and then nobody's gonna care if your orcs is hacked or not. Well, that's the thing. We are hoping that the, online services slash garrison is going to be around,
Glook, you are mine.
because I can tell you right now, if the garrison dies tomorrow, the game is seriously
I
dead
got the
for
message.
everybody.
And here I am to answer it. But you,
What would be the point of doing, backups of saves and everything if your orc is locked in one only? If the game breaks, WB game is to blame, and they are just dumb. Generally, if you want to avoid a hacked orcs on PS now, is to grab orcs that you are 100% sure. The only orcs you can be 100% sure that they are not hacked is if you are playing in your own game. But the garrison is the one thing that keeps the game alive for me. Because I can just pick up one grunt from one game and drop him in a save without interactions or something, and I can keep experimenting with the transformations and everything. If they take that away, the game is dead for me. I don't see the point in keeping playing for it. They already took out the Nemesis Forge. They take the garrison, it's dead. You cannot salvage the ashes. The game is practically already dead. That's the issue. It was one of the best thing that happened in 2017, and they ruined it because of greed. That's how. They got greedy. They wanted to make more money from, introducing gambling to kids. Didn't work. Also, the scandal with using the image of the developer slash artist who shows up as fourth orc, the orc slayer. They said, oh, the money is going to go to the family of the deceased man, and instead they were like, no, we're just going to keep the money for ourselves, which made people angry, obviously.
Glook, you are mine.
Because this is all that speaks for WB games. Greed. They're too greedy to be able
Where's the bellowing, boasting maggot who
think
wants
for a
me
moment
dead?
what
And
would
if
be
he's
the
so
best
up for
way
a
to
fight,
make everybody
why is
happy
he
and
hiding?
make money. Maybe keep the community of this game alive and well, instead of trying to add microtransactions and shady scams, all those things, and then they blame the gamers for saying, you brought it upon yourself. Imagine spending $60 for a new game, then having to spend 100 to get legendary mods back in the stores. Yeah. If you know how, you can create your own legendary orcs easily. The legendary ones you would get from those chests are going to be random, and most of them will suck. And yeah, I have to take a short break because I have to walk the dog. I'm just going to read real quick what you said. Companies are allergic to making smart decisions. Yeah, that's why they have CEOs. It's not a group of people who worked on a project to say, yeah, let's make everybody happy. It's just, how can we scrap the most money out of it in the dumbest ways, and then, oh, it didn't work, it made them angry, I don't understand. I just realized that Hansel is in the stream. Yeah, but yeah, I'm going to, like I said, walk the dog, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes. So yeah. Okay, I'm back. Let's try again to get those tricksters. Not only that, imagine losing $100 worth of horse in online pits. Yeah, it was just a bad call for WB Games because, you know, CEOs are always like this. They make the worst decision and then they get angry at, the consumers. What? They don't like it? Well, screw them! And then they have to, you know, replace their CEO at some point because the company is failing. But that's not going to happen in WB Games' case because they're too rich to learn from anything. It's the same thing for Nintendo. Who doesn't love a good Nintendo game? And yet they make
Isildur will
such
continue to raise Gondor's dead until he is stopped.
terrible decision. Oh, you know, the games you buy on the Switch, you don't own them. Storm, get. We're not looking for a Stormbringer right now. We're trying to get a poet
Gluk,
or
You are
a
mine.
one word from a grunt. And if we get one who becomes a trickster, they will give us
I got the message.
grunting
Here I am
decoys.
to answer it.
Because the one word or the poet that you normally would
You're
find
nothing but a load of empty threats.
in the game, even if they spawn as tricksters, they would never get those decoys. And those grunting decoys, they can result in something unique. Because they cannot imitate the voice of those unique personalities. They are assigned random ones with a different voice. And one of those unique results I discovered is the Pit Fighter. You may know this, but the Pit Fighter is only an analog title. And yet, if you farm a one-words,
Good look at this face.
decoys,
You
they can
met
randomly
better
become
today.
a Pit Fighter. And if this Pit Fighter also has his own decoys, they will be voiced by the same Olog personality. So you can really get something different. And this is something we are farming for right now. I can show you real quick. I made the demonstration at the start of the stream, but I can show you what they look like right now before we get back to farming. I know you can get those Olog voice decoys to become other titles like the Flame of War or something, which would completely
Isildur
cancel the
will
whole
continue to raise Gondor's
thing.
dead until he is stopped.
because it would change the old voice for Chris Butler. But I'm wondering sometimes if we can farm his decoys for them
Doobs
to
is close
become
by.
some titles only gained for Orcs, like the Ghoul Slayer. Who knows?
I am here! I am ready! Where are you?
So yeah, he himself has Grunting decoys.
Stop you!
But as you die to them, they will have his, personality.
I become stronger, thanks to you.
I'm basically just showing people how to gain similar results. Yeah, they have the grunting thing. So yeah, this guy would also be voiced by Dialogue. It's just, and again, if people are wondering how come they all have the equipment of Overlord. For example, you'd never find a tracker with both shoulders. Well, if you're farming, let's say, if I was to burn, let's say, the Nightbringer. Imagine this Nightbringer had normal one shoulder and everything, and I was to turn him into the Flame of War. The burns would cover his whole body, and he would have no arms, no shoulders, but his decoys would have this result. They would look like overlords. Like him. Yep, he still has his Olog voice. I can show you right now. So the game likes to keep things symmetrical. Rarely. I just force it. For example, like I said earlier, some titles will always have their right arm completely uncovered, or their left arm. And if you have a title merge, that's the opposite. The game is going to be, well, we can't have you have both arms uncovered, so we just give them the overlord treatment. In this case, you see the alchemist, he has an arm uncovered, but because he's a trickster, tricksters sometimes have no shoulders. So it's fine in his case. But in other case, the Black Blade will always spawn with a shoulder on his right, because he has to show off his tattoo on his left. But because, you know, he was farmed from tricksters who were themselves farmed from the Flame of War, well, he has the Overlord treatment. So that's how you get the symmetrical look for these guys. And now I'm going to get back to farming the... let's see. For the poet in one word. If we get one or the other and they turn into a trickster, perfect. Unless they have a gang. So yeah, this game has a lot to offer. But like I said, if the garrison dies, so does the game. There's no point playing it again. I would just move on to something else because it would be dead for everybody, including me. That would be a shame.
Isildur will continue to raise Gondor's dead until he is stopped.
That's kind of why I also support the movement called Stop Killing Games. You may have heard.
Gluck, you are mine.
Because if you paid for a game full price, you should be able to still keep playing this game no matter what happens to the company, right?
You are! You're nothing but a load of empty threats!
Ready to die? I've got you now! Watch this!
Take a good look at his face. You met you better today.
So yeah, as long as we don't get tied on murder... Oh, the screamer. The screamer wouldn't work. Same as the bloody. I also kinda hate how you need to be online to use even some of the most basic features like leveling up and changing weapon elements. Yeah. Like I said, Stop Killing Games is basically fighting in the noble cause against the big companies who want to screw you. They want us to screw over the consumers because they don't care about the games, they don't care about the enjoyment you get from them. They just want to make money in the dumbest way possible. It's just what they do. Oh, do you like something? Oh, it would be a shame if we had to take that away from you because we're petty and selfish. Right?
Gluck, you are mine.
I'm not gonna say Grady again because that's
So where
an
is he?
obvious thing to say.
Where's the bellowing, boasting maggot who wants me dead? And if he's so hot for a fight,
Even if I
why
just
is he
said it,
hiding?
doesn't count. it's just common sense is not a currency that goes around a CEO's office very often in those big companies. They take it away because they claim it isn't financially viable. You're finished! Because they don't know what they're talking about. That's just the thing.
Take a good look at his face. You Mitchell better today.
CEOs are legally obliged to make money for shareholders. Yeah, but they do it in the worst way possible. You don't have someone who worked hard for getting there to make decisions. You have someone who's been placed there. They have no idea what the company does. They're just like, alright, let's talk about how making money from this product. They don't care if one product is important for some people. They're just like, nah.
Isildur will continue to raise Gondor's dead until he is stopped.
But yeah, you rarely hear anything positive ever from, you know, a CEO mentioned in an article or something. Hoping you get a sadistic or something interesting. Well, depends. It's still not one I could use. Unless it's a Titan merge.
You're hiding like the coward
The
you
one
are!
word or
You're nothing but a load of empty threats!
the poet. Would the poet even have the goth face paint? I'm pretty sure the one word would. One thing I can show you is no. Oh yeah. This guy, this Nightbringer. When I recorded him becoming the Nightbringer, he showed him being title merged with the Sadistic, because when he gets promoted, you see the face paint, and then he got placed in the army, and he lost the face paint. He just kept, you know, the tribe.
I've got him! You're dead!
No, it doesn't transfer. It's not like the broken jaw. It's not like the blood stains.
You promote me for this? I should thank you for dying by my hand, Grave Walker.
That might be due to the hood on the Nightbreed. Not always. So, because I've had the sadistic look on some title merge, and it just doesn't stick. Once I had the alchemist, and because of his boils and dirt on his face, it just because you need a title merge. First, one that doesn't have a look that's already scripted to happen, and then to merge with the appearance of another. So if you have the Deathmonger, for example, he's always gonna have his thing on his head with the Marauder pieces and the Tracker chest piece. They will always have those scripted to have on their bodies, no matter what title they're going to be merged with. If you have the Slaughterer, Butcher, Surgeon, the Surgeon would be covered in blood. The other variations wouldn't have the blood, but they could be merged with different titles and keep some of their appearance merged with this, because they don't really necessarily have anything on them.
Isildur will continue to raise Gondor's dead
Do
until
that.
he is stopped.
If you get the Brander, the only thing about him is that he's gonna have, you know, a hot iron or two in this case, because he's a savage. If you have the Raven, the Hellhawk, the Crow, he's always gonna have his basic look. His weapon will change, and so will his tribe. The Raven will always be cursed. The Hellhawk will have fire weapon, and the Crow will be randomized. Deathmonger like this. Nightbringer, he will always have his hood. That's something he keeps always. The Gambler can have any look really, so the fact that he looks like the Deathmonger is just a coincidence. Well, they will lose it for, you know, from turning into the Flame of War, for example. The Flame of War is gonna have his dragon axes, and I think they always change if you get the fake Flame of War transformation.
Here I am to answer it. But you're hiding like the coward you are. You're nothing but a load of empty threats.
The Executioner will always have his armor. He's only going to mostly change the look of his skin, his face, if he has scars or something based on the merge. The tribe.
At once.
But yeah, some keep their look, others are boring the look.
With one last blow, you'll lose your head.
Poet.
Gravewalker will soon be dead. Hey, that rhymes.
Give me a trickster without the gag, please. A trickster without a gang. That's what we need. We need a moderator to get rid of this bot, please. We have a trickster! A rhymer trickster. Finally. Let's see. He has his decoys. There you go. This one happened to have spawned with his decoys.
These orcs are getting stronger.
In time, they will join us or fall. Guard post is close by. Let us see if this orc will defend it to the death.
What is annoying when you have a Drake is when you want to, you know, ride it and it decides, no, I'm just going to grab a random grunt, so you have to wait for him to drop it. Which deleted. Thanks. You know, they have a point. They made a pretty good argument right there. So we have the confirmation that he has his decoys. I'm going to make a backup so I can show you what happens when you farm said decoys. I'm not going to drag him out of this save because, like I said, his title cannot change. He cannot be turned into the Blight or the Machine, so he's stuck with this face. And without him around, you'd just end up with a T-pose. So, if I had made him into a machine, that'd be fine with him farming his decoys outside of this run. But I can turn his decoys into machines and blight if I wanted to afterward. But yeah, let's demonstrate what happens when we die to one of his clones. Trying to take out the original.
Here we go. Or I'm going to do really nasty things to you. Now it's time for you to die. To say farewell to darkened sky.
He doesn't have his decoys with him, so I will get out of this mission.
Isildur will continue to
He's trying to prove he's superior. Yeah, he's trying to break the game, because if he kills his original guy, we're going to end up with a T-pose breaking the game.
Norsko. Norsko.
Placing him here. Just...
Norsko.
Okay. Good. When he's in a mission like this, he's not going to have his decoys around most of the time, which is annoying. So you just need him to be stationed somewhere. Yeah, I'll just send him a death threat. Easier that way, that's usually what I prefer to do anyway. Lower the difficulty so more worms can spawn. And now we set it back. I'm going to replace the backup I made previously. Who knows, maybe we'll get the pit fighter already. Who knows?
Gong is nearby.
A slaughter's what I promise you. Such pain, such blood, of reddish hue.
Let's listen to these guys. Oh, he's immune to range. I was going to trigger the thing, but it might happen still if I'm on top of the tower.
It's him! I survive!
Such a memorable quote.
That filthy duck! You're dead! You'll die! The talk fell that one! No last words? Oh, they'll reward me for this. Maybe even a promotion.
Okay, well, see. Ah. There you go. Pit fighter. Isn't it great when you're trying to show something and it actually happens live? So we're going to meet our pit fighter and you're going to get to
Are we
hear
making
him
a difference?
Not here.
in
but out
his
there.
hollow
We'll
voice.
bend Mordor to our will.
He doesn't have decoys of his own because Beastmaster, but you know.
Okay.
This orc endeavors to trap us. Let us reward his cunning.
No, Pink skin can catch me? I am greatest pit fighter in Mordor! 34 orcs make this claim. So far, I killed 32 of them. Now I kill you. Then I find number 33. Cannot touch me!
Alright. So, there you have it. Now you know how to do it. And yeah, a bit over 3 hours, but yeah, that's a much shorter time that I normally would have, especially the fact that I used some extra title mergers to prevent the title. So yeah, I think that will be all for now. Thank you for watching. Have a nice